What's up, everybody? My name is Lee Shaner, and you're tuned into You Feel Me. What's up, everybody? My name is Lee, and here we are on our Empowered Pink set, which looks like a salon because we are sitting here with our empowered artist for June, who is Leikeli47.
Yay!
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm just like sitting here admiring the drip, like the custom masks. They're amazing every time.
Get into it.
There you go.
Hey.
Speaking of which, this was one of the easiest months for us to pick an artist according to the theme for Empowered because I think the direction that you've taken with keeping your anonymity and wearing the masks is one of the most outwardly empowered moves in the music industry today, right? You're controlling the narrative and saying, look, you're not going to put me in that box and talk about my looks as society does to women. And you're saying, let's talk about the artistry, right? And so that's one of the most empowered things that I think you can do. And so let's talk a little bit about that. Like, I'm sure you've answered questions about your mask a million times, but tell me kind of the origins of it.
What mask? I don't know
exactly.
What you're talking
I know
about.
you don't wear a mask.
I don't even know what you're... but no, it's just solely to keep the focus on the art. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
You know, it's just to lead with my sound, to lead with the way that I color versus anything else. I mean, you can get into how I look, have fun, you know, if that's your thing, whatever. But for me, I just wanted to lead with the fun, the creativity, you know, just give something back to the people, you know, just do things just bold, you know, just be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about the sound because you have such a complete package of a sound. It really sounds as though you've we're not listening to someone who's learning. We're listening to someone who is the culmination of a lot of skin in the game, it sounds like, and practice, and we're seeing the masterworks, you know what I mean? And I think the last record, Acrylic, is just, it's so expansive, but it's also very concise, right? And so tell me a little bit about boiling that sound down and how you've achieved that kind of cohesion with your music.
I was just never afraid of like exploring the things that were around me. I've always known that I wanted to do music growing up. But of course I wasn't always afforded those things that, you know, help you create, you know, the sound machines, the studios, the things, you know. My studios was a computer, a bathroom door, you know what I mean? Things like that or whatever.
That's where the reverb's best.
Yes, it is. But when you are open to using the things around you, exploring, you know, and just getting into who you are, your sound comes like that, you know, and of course studying. I'm definitely a student.
You could tell.
Yeah, I'm definitely a student and still learning. But honestly, just with shaping my own sound, it came from just exploring the things that were around me, not being afraid to knock on the door, not being afraid to, again, just explore myself, you know, like just those things and those sounds that were in my head, you know, because I can't go buy $1,000 or $100 machine doesn't mean that I'm not able to get that out. And I found ways. I had a lot of encouraging people around me that pushed me, you know, to do things my way. And now I'm sitting here with you in all pink.
That's right.
And we're talking about it.
The pinnacle of my career, you know what I mean? It's all downhill from here. Let's talk about what was around you. Grew up in New York.
No, I'm actually, well,
go ahead, tell me.
Yes.
Break it down
Definitely,
in your words.
yes. Partial New York, but I'm from New York by way of Virginia.
From Virginia?
Yes, so it's the best of both worlds.
Near the beach? Like, are you Virginia Beach or Richmond?
All of the above. All of the above, yeah. We go from the beach to Danville.
Yeah.
We go from the beach to Danville, and we can even cross over into the Carolinas, go to Chatham. No, it's just all of that. Yeah, like when you think of Leikeli47, you know, ancestor-wise, it starts in the South for me, you know what I mean? It definitely starts there. That's where the home was grown, the home was built, and of course, you know, just as generations come and go, you know, we migrate here and there. But I grew up on I-95, if I could be real honest with you, north and south, up and down. So yeah, that was just pretty much me, and just grew up around a lot of cool stuff, a lot of experiences.
Yeah, what was there to do in Virginia as a kid? Were you always creative?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Me and my brother, and absolutely. We were always in the good part about it is we were always pushed to be creative. I know I was because it was just something that was in me. But that's just a testament to the village that's around you. You know, like I'm from the hood, and it's not all bad there, you know.
Right.
You know, of course we have our moments.
Right.
But I had some beautiful people and beautiful human beings around me that knew just what it was I wanted to do as a kid, and they always just pushed me into listening to different artists.
Yeah.
You know, just creating, you know what I mean, just being myself or whatever. And of course I've explored and I would introduce myself to, you know, artists as well,
right,
as, you know, the things that were introduced to me. But that's just pretty much what it was. You know, we played, we had fun.
Yeah.
We just had fun.
Were you an intensely curious child? Like you say you were out looking for other music. Like, tell me.
Yeah, I definitely was one of those kids that I like to take things apart, put them back together.
So you're like an early science kid.
I was one of them, but you know, I had to stop that real quick because
why doesn't this phone work no more?
Let me tell you something. Yes, in the black household, it's going down. So, you know, I have to be honest. So that kind of had to stop real quick, but I just carried that over into the music. You pick it, take it apart, create your own, do your own thing, remix it, and that's just what it was. But I was that kid. I would take apart a remote control, put it back together.
On some music nerd shit, there's a thing that I read a long time ago where one of the most effective production techniques is like get everything in there that sounds good together, and then start picking it apart and taking stuff away until there's blank spaces. And one of the things that I love about you guys' production so much, and we'll get back into the childish in a little bit, but that is that it sounds so full, yet there are so many open spaces sonically for your voice to cut through and for the beat to breathe. You know what I mean? So the fact that you were picking apart things and trying to put them back together, I think that's carried over into your music.
It sure did, yeah. And then of course, just I have nothing but wisdom around me. You know, like I produce a lot of my stuff, but I also co-produce, you know what I mean? And even when I am producing, I have my partner right there. I work with my partner, Mike Barney. I work with my manager, who's also my cousin, Harold Lilly. And I work with, you know, Gavin. Yeah, and these are guys who just... they're masters at their craft. So that's exactly, those are things that I've seen them do. Especially Harold, he's just, you know, like just writing and producing. It's, you know, he doesn't cram just for the sake of cramming.
Right.
He just creates. And then you sit back and then it's just like, okay, pick apart. Oh, there's a hole. Oh, there's a this. Oh, move this over. Oh, split it down the middle. And 50-50 here. And there's a song right now. But that's pretty much it.
And then you got that swing, you know.
It is.
When did you move to New York from Virginia?
Ooh, that has been a
contested topic.
Yeah, it's a okay. Like for me, my not to get too crazy all into it, but just growing up, you know what I mean? I wish I could have had I could have been one of those kids who could have just been stable. Yeah. But you're moving around a lot. Yeah, it was always just moving around or whatever, but you know, it is what it is.
Did you have an easy time making friends everywhere that you would move?
No.
Were you like kind of a lonesome kid?
Definitely a loner.
In your head a lot?
Here and there, you know what I mean? But I was definitely a loner. Yeah. Not so much because I had my brother, and then I would have, you know, there would be, you know, you latch on to one or two or whatever, but for the most part, when you know just what you want to do early, and you're sitting up here talking about Pharrell and making beats and, you know what I mean, or a music, or you're trying to, you know, find magazines for this and that, you know, a lot of times your peers or the people that you're growing up with, they're just not into the same things.
They're not on that wavelength.
Nah, so you gotta, I learned how to walk alone early.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, it is what it is. It's in hindsight, it's a price that I paid, but you know, it is what it is. It definitely paid off or whatever. But you know, sometimes it happens like that.
So let me ask you this: if you were a bit of a loner and you were on kind of your own wave, were there things besides music that became your friends? Were you into pop culture things? Were there TV shows, movies, something that like kept the brain occupied? Books? I don't know. Yeah.
Absolutely, books and film.
Okay.
But honestly, it's just entertainment all across the board because I learned to blur those lines just early.
Yeah.
You know, even just sports entertainment, like everything to me was just all entertainment.
Yeah.
Wrestling, like it was just all entertainment.
Yeah.
And then it also helped with my show, you know, just practicing for the stage. You know, it helps you to learn how to be, you know, a good showman. You know, you see James Brown and you turn around and you see The Rock. You know what I mean? It's like they're putting on shows,
Who
you
were
know.
your wrestlers?
The Rock was definitely one.
Yeah.
I like Stone Cold. I like a lot of I like a lot of
So you like
whatever.
the big characters that are kind of walk that line between heel and face?
Yeah, I'm talking about what was it, Undertaker? Like showmen, you know, like people who entertained.
The biggest personality.
Yeah, like they came out there and you knew who the people were coming to see because the moment you hear doom, the whole place lights up and it's just like, and all he's doing is just standing there and then he just walks slow as hell. Right.
Take your time, young man.
But those things, those little things, just as a kid growing up.
And did that sense of like awareness with pop culture provide a sense of stability, even when you were when you felt like you were in unstable environments? Like, were those comfort zones?
I think my hope was my stability. You know what I mean? Like just knowing that there was a way out, there was a way in, there's a way under, there's a way to get, to get to what it is that you want to do, your purpose. So for me, it was just having hope, just hope. You know what I mean? Just hope or whatever. Yeah. I don't hope for a lot because if I can be honest, I like to speak things as though they already are. So it's just like, I'm not going to hope that I get to go to Complex Con this year.
You already know it's going to happen.
Going.
You're speaking and manifesting.
I'm going.
Yeah, there we go. You already mentioned Pharrell a second. That's another Virginia legend. Were you aware of him as a kid, like knowing that he was from Virginia? Was that a hometown hero?
Yeah. First of all, you just said it. Yeah. Hometown hero. NERD is one of my favorite bands. Yeah. Pharrell is a superhero. And I just really love the type of human being that he is, like just a lot of our veterans and, like our legends, they talk a lot. They talk a whole lot, but it's different when you see someone like him who actually reaches out to new artists like myself, to things that are just totally not normal. You know what I mean? Right. Like he just gets it and he's not afraid to stand next to it. He's not afraid to push you. He's not afraid to, you know what I mean? Like to share his platform. We just did something in the water the first year. This is the first year of the festival.
Amazing.
And I was one of the artists and it was just such a mind-blowing experience. It was a super cool experience because as you stated earlier, it's the hometown hero. It's my first show back home. We had family come out. We were treated so great. And again, to have a platform where your hero says, hey, like come join me. Come join me. Come do your thing. Come kill it. And I have a funny story about that.
Yeah, please tell me all about that festival because I only read a little bit about it.
Okay.
I was only like,
oh no. First of all, the festival from beginning to end was just incredible. Everyone was just so nice, so kind, so down to earth. And I'm speaking on the artists behind the scenes, just everybody. They had people there working behind the scenes like tirelessly. Like I don't even think they got sleep. Shout out to them. Like thank them so much. Everything was just amazing, from the performances, from just walking the beach, the aesthetic. Everything was just super dope. I got the opportunity to perform twice, at a Sony stage and then at the Something in the Water stage. And the funny story is it happens on the Sony stage. So I'm up there performing. I'm performing, and I was super excited because it was like a nice crowd, and I'm like, oh, I made it okay. Right. So it's a nice crowd. People are out there, they're waiting, and when I'm locked, I'm locked. I used to. I'm an ex-athlete myself. We're not gonna go there.
That's
We ain't
okay.
even gonna touch that.
That's fine.
Because I wish I could still ball, but it's okay. But
You're talking to King Al Bundy right here. I
listen,
still be reliving my high school dreams,
you know,
bro.
I'm over here Uncle Ricoing it out sometimes. Like, man, back in the day. I mean, I'm young as heck, so some back in the day. But anyway, so you know, performing on the stage, and we're having a good time. I will never forget this. Second song comes on, and I'm going, and it's like people are with me, and then I just see people walking away from me. Exactly, that was my face. And
Because you're like in the zone. You're like, what's happening?
I'm talking about, and I'm thinking I'm killing out here. So I'm like, oh, you know, and I'm like, what is going on? So I get a little discouraged in the moment, but I snap back.
Right.
Because it's like, no, go harder, go harder, go harder. Keep them here. Like, I don't know why they're walking away, but go
turn
harder.
it up. Yeah.
And what's crazy is something like I would not look up to even see why they're walking away, because my thing is like, if you're walking away, walk away.
Right, you can't let that distract you.
I have to focus on these people that are standing here and not want to see this show. So that was my focus. And I'm going and I'm going and I'm going, and I see more people trickling away. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, I'm bombing. This is the first time I'm tanking.
Yeah.
No,
What
that
happened?
wasn't the case. So there's a girl in the front of the audience, and she's dancing, and then she lip syncs, and she said, like, you know, she's whispering to me, and she's like, Pharrell is here.
Oh.
But she's just dancing,
Yeah.
but I'm on the stage, and I'm like, what are you saying to me?
Yeah.
And then she says it again, and then she's like, and she throws up like the okay sound, like, girl, you made it.
Yeah.
Well, what she was saying, guys, is Pharrell is here. And I look up, and he's walking out. So that's what happened. People weren't walking away from the show. Our hero came in.
To another stage.
He came to see the performance.
Oh, okay.
That's what's even more shocking, is that he came to see me perform,
watch
and
you.
I didn't, I was just so like, what?
Yeah.
And I look up and I see his head just walking away, and he's bopping, and I'm like, that really just happened.
Yeah.
And I missed a moment to say hello.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you for everything.
Thank you for everything.
Right.
But it's all good. But I just thought that was just so funny,
That's
because
amazing.
I just thought, I'm like, I'm tanking. How am I tanking?
Right.
Not me. I've rehearsed every day. Like, you know what I'm saying?
In that moment, when you realize who it is, how do you feel? Does it like the whole everything's come full circle or something? Like,
I definitely, I had a moment after.
Yeah.
Like, once I realized that it was what just happened and it sat, you know, like, a few thug tears definitely fell, you know, because it was a moment, like, not every day. Like, these are, you know, moments you actually, like, you wish for, you pray for, you know, on your come up or whatever, like your hero to come and just watch you know, and it's just like, so I definitely shed a few thug tears.
It's amazing because I've been an unknowing Pharrell fan since I was a child, because I used to call up my local radio station 98.1 and be like, hey, can you play that Rex and Effects all the time? Not realizing that he produced that when he was like 17. Like, I didn't find out until I was an adult.
He's the greatest.
Yeah,
he's the greatest.
That's
and,
amazing.
and just one of the greatest people too. Like, again, anyone of that magnitude that just, and again, he does this with all of us. Like, you can count. Well, you need more hands, you know, to count the youth and the new artist that has come in, and he just takes them by the hand, even if it's not physical.
He keeps open ears, right?
Yes, like, and it's just not just like, even just going to Shay, you know, from the band, like, they're just all really great people. Great advice, like, just super dope. And it was one of the best times to be able to, okay, I have my hero watching me, then I'm having conversations with Shay on the side. I'm like,
in my hometown,
I get to see NERD perform. It's like a mini Star Trek reunion. It's Pusha, it's family, it's all of this. It's
And this is just like a couple weeks ago, right? So you're still on that high a little bit.
I'm still on that high.
Yeah, that's so sick.
I'm still on that high.
Hell yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the Beauty series and the rollout of the records.
Okay.
It's a trilogy. Yeah?
Yes, it is.
Right. You have Wash and Set came out in last year.
Wash and Set 2017.
That feels like last year. So I'm still
it's
into
all good. Yeah.
And then Acrylic comes out. Yeah. What was the what was kind of the birth of the concept? Like, where did you come up with the concept, and kind of explain its meaning and why you chose to theme the albums around beauty? Yeah.
Honestly, I just wanted to take a fun approach on describing my life, my lifestyle, my culture, Black culture, where I'm from, where I've lived, the campuses I've walked, the campuses I've visited, you know what I mean? Just my friends' mamas, you know, single mamas raising their kids, grannies. Like, I just wanted to speak on the things that I knew. And very early on, when I would do my mixtapes, I would always give hints to, you know, the albums or the ideas that I wanted to do. In Bitch Switch, I talk about, you know, wash and set. I need a wash and set. My hairstylist is on the flight. Just things like that. Acrylic started off as skits on my mixtapes, where it would be a Black woman, whether she was West Indian, you know what I mean? Like, and she would just be talking about her man troubles and just Black experiences. And that's what I wanted to do. And then when it was time to actually create the albums and things of that matter, you know, of course, as a creative, you think about other titles and you think, you know, whatever. But I wanted to keep it there. I knew that's just what it was. And Wash and Set, I wanted to speak to not looking like the things that we go through where we're from. You know, our salons are in our barbershops, all of our salons, nail salons, spas, whatever. They are safe havens, you know what I mean? So with Acrylic, I wanted to celebrate my new growth, you know what I mean, just as an artist. Get it? Yeah, I mean, Wash and Set, I'm sorry.
I got you.
Wash and Set, I wanted to celebrate my new growth. And I also wanted to speak to not looking like what it is that you're going through. When we're under these dryers, that girl right there might be relating to that girl right there, and you might be relating to me. We don't know this. You know what I mean? But one thing we do know is that when we walk out of here, we don't look nothing like what we're going through. Right.
I think it's such an interesting angle because, I mean, you hear in pop culture references to Black barber shops being such a place of like community, camaraderie, education, places to get educated. But I think, you know, you don't hear as much about the Black woman's experience in a salon.
Oh yeah,
like you just don't hear about it. So is it that same sense of community and camaraderie? And it obviously plays a huge part in your life. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. My salon, I don't get to visit too often because I'm on a plane a lot now.
Yeah, it's fine.
But no, it was definitely a safe haven. If I can be honest with you, it was honestly sometimes the one-stop shop. You know, you wake up like, okay, well, you know, I'm gonna go get a wash and set, whatever. Oh, I need to go get some pins real quick. Okay, I need to make sure I got my condition. You know what I mean? And you go to the salon, but even before you like, okay, I do need to go to the store and I got to get this. Ooh, that new DVD came out. I got to get that. Da, 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 da.
You can get all that there.
I got to be real with you. You sit in you right under the dryer. They coming in with it. Yo, we got that 2 for $5. Thank you. Oh, we got this. Thank you. We got that. Thank you. So it's honestly, it also plays as a one-stop shop in our areas. It's culture. It's just what it is how we grown up. These are the things that we're accustomed to. These are the things that we know. And it is what it is.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Skullcandy wanted to show you some love for listening by hooking you up with 15% off your next purchase. Head over to skullcandy.com and use the code YouFeelMe19 at checkout to get 15% off anything site-wide. You just mentioned while you were talking about your skits, you said maybe it's a West Indian woman. I hear the West Indian influence in the music, lots of dancehall rhythms and such. Clearly must have grown up with heavy West Indian influence.
Yes, there is. I am part.
Okay.
Yes, West Indian, yes.
Yeah. And so where do you start hearing those rhythms as a kid? Like, are they coming from families, boomboxes? Or
family.
Yeah,
family. A family around the corner, next door, outside, in the car, the bashment, the party, the Saturday, Tuesday.
Like, by the time you get to New York, like, I don't know, perhaps I'm incorrect, but I've read that like Bed-Stuy is one of your homes, right? Is that kind of a West Indian enclave? Lots of Jamaicans?
New York as a whole. New York as a whole is definitely just one huge cultural melting pot. Of course, you know, if you really want to talk about just heavy Caribbean, Flatbush,
Okay,
of course, obviously off the Parkway, things of that nature. But no, it's all through. It's Canarsie, it's Brownsville, it's everywhere. Yeah, it's Harlem, it's the Bronx. You know what I mean? Like it just is what it is. You have, and that's the beautiful thing about New York and Virginia.
Yeah.
They're cultural melting pots. You have so many walks of life, so many different people that live in your same projects. And it's just like, and these are things that people don't know. Like they think, like, again, when you think about our hoods or whatever, you think one way.
Right.
Us, Black, African American, it's just this. But no, we have everyone.
There's the whole diaspora.
Yes, yes, we're all there. We all come up together. We all love on each other. We fight each other. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
We learn from each other. Our mamas is taking us back to our grannies, go in the house, where we're getting reprimanded by the village. No, that's just what it was for me.
Yeah, but beyond just the West Indian influence in your music, I hear modern styles that I think have been clearly studied and influenced by like the forefathers and godfathers of rap. Like you can hear that you came up on bars and lyricists. So like, who were your guys when you were a kid?
I love 3K.
Yeah, I mean, GOAT.
Yes, love 3K.
Love him.
Love the clips.
Oh yeah.
Loved.
I mean, that has to be next level love. Being,
yes.
Yeah.
Love Pac. Love Big. Love Lauryn Hill.
Oh yeah.
Love Lauryn Hill. But for me, it wasn't even just like music. To me was just, it just is what it is. It's music, it's sound. Not to be cocky or sound, like one of them, but it was something that I don't know why, but I could always do it.
Yeah.
So for me, music and, looking up to other people and, like that was, it is what it is. I definitely had my heroes, but it was outside of music for me. Again, it was just all across the board. It was the Yankees. It was, it was coaches. It's books. It's trees. Like it's just the earth. It's planting your feet on the concrete.
Yeah.
It's all of the above. That's for me. That's what molded me. Yeah. It wasn't just the fact that I could sit up here and press play and kind of like, listen to, an Outkast album and be like, oh, nah. Like I could do that too.
Right. You didn't have to study it to learn it.
Yeah. I knew. Yeah.
Listen and absorb it. It was already within you.
Yeah.
Right.
But I definitely, I studied it, of course. You know what I mean? And learned it. But it was something that I'm so grateful for. But I'm like, wow, I could, like, how can I do this? That's crazy that I can do this too. But, I just kept my mind and my brain focused on those types, though. I will say that there are different types of entertainers. And me, I don't know why, I just always loved the drama. Like I always loved the extravagant, the big, the bold, the courageous, the what is he about to do next? Where is she going? I love, Diana Ross, she gave you moments. Yeah. She gave you feels, she gave you vibes. She knew that her hair was a part of her lyrics. Her gown was a part of the melody. Like it was just... everything just made sense. And the same for 3K. It was just like when you saw him, it was like you saw everything. If that makes any kind of sense. It
does. Like the outfits were an extension of the art, the visual aesthetic, right?
You just saw everything. But then even just the passion of the way he's talking, rarely interviewed. And then when he is interviewed, the things that he would say are just like, hold on, shut up. He's talking. You know what I mean? Everybody shut up, he's talking. Things like that. So for me, it was everything. Like, I definitely listened to the greats and studied them, but shoot, I could study a while. Yeah. Like,
Wow, don't take these apart.
I'm not going to take these apart. No.
You mentioned earlier that you knew from like a young age that this is what you wanted to do. So like how young of an age and when do you feel like you started actually putting that energy towards starting to write down some songs?
No, I came out
Yeah.
I was fresh out.
Oh,
yeah, I was fresh out.
That's it.
What's that guy? Fresh out, ain't nothing to go back. I don't know. It's this guy on Instagram. He says that.
Yeah, yeah.
But nah, I was fresh out.
Yeah.
I was fresh out, like just ready. Like it wasn't no turning back.
Yeah.
It was no like playing nothing else. It was this or nothing. You know, I
No
would
backup plan.
Nope.
Yeah.
Ain't no backup plan.
Like even in school,
I don't get distracted.
did kids know that you rap, or were they like, oh, there's 47, she know how to rap?
Well, see, I never looked at myself or classed myself as just a rapper. A lot of people that came up with me, they just always knew like, oh, that's the music girl. Oh no, she does music.
Yeah.
Sometimes you would go, oh, she sang, or she could spit, or she could do this, or she could do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I was also very private. You know, I knew just who to talk to about different things or whatever, because I just grew up with that mindset of I just knew I wanted this so bad, so I did any and everything to protect it.
Yeah.
I knew people didn't have the power to stop it, but I did know early on just what discouragement could do to a young mind. So I would, you know, just even in just grade school, high school, just anything, you know, like I would give people bits and pieces of things that I do. Like, of course, I performed in the talent shows and I did all of this, whatever, but I wouldn't give everybody everything because it just wasn't for them. And they wouldn't know how to take it. Like even, you know, like with adorning a mask and wanting to cover up. I had so many people telling me how crazy I am.
What mask? I don't
Yeah, exactly. What mask? You know what I mean? And how foolish that is, and no, that'll never work or whatever. And it's just like, you got one time. And I never ever spoke on it again. It was just more so just act on it. So it's just like I would just do what I had to do. I would hang out. I would, you know, whatever. But when it came down to this is me. This is my business. I take it too serious. Nothing is coming over here and compromising that. Music was completely my safe haven. And I only entertained it with people who were like-minded. If you weren't like-minded,
you had to be trusted to be in that circle.
Yeah, absolutely. For me,
that gave me so many more questions that I want to ask that whole story. So, known as the music girl, did you play instruments? Were you in band or anything like that? Because I know that you sing, you rap, you communicate, as you call it.
Yeah, communicate.
But you also produce and co-produce. So, like, I would imagine there's a very astute musical background.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get too crazy into it, but
please.
yes, growing up in school, yes, I explored band. I was in band. I'm not telling you what I played.
That's okay. It was the tuba. She played the tuba.
I was, yes. You know, but like most musicians are, you know, you start off in your band, like music class, like that's because that's what you want to do.
Right.
And that's where you sneak off, you know, and you cut class to go there. And if you got a cool teacher, they're going to let you, you know, stay in there, and they're going to, you know, let you experiment and explore your craft. I had those types of people around me. It's crazy because I will not put them on blast. But it's just like, these are people that we need. Yeah. You know, especially like, you know, just coming up. You need someone to sometimes just kind of push you in that way. And sometimes, you know, like especially with our educators, you have those really, really unique ones that can see something in that. They just get it. And they will put their career on the line to make sure you get it. And I've had them.
That's amazing. Yeah,
and I've had them, and I'm just so grateful for them. Like, you know, and I'm not advising anyone to cut class, anyone to cut school, but I would do that. I would skip a class and go straight to my music class and talk to my teacher and get advice and, you know, oh, how should I do this? And sometimes I would sit in the back of some of the classes. These are not even my classes.
Just auditing.
Like just sitting in the class, cutting class, and they were okay with it.
That's tight.
They were okay with it.
Those are great mentors to have. You were lucky to find them. That's fantastic. And then the other thing, you mentioned Lauryn Hill a second ago, and like, she's known as one of the great, you know, communicators who can both rap and sing,
Top
right?
5.
Beautiful voice.
Say what you want.
When, like, you have the voice of an angel, you have an amazing rap voice, but you have a phenomenal singing voice too, and you are able to go back and forth with them on a dime. So, like, when did you know that you could sing too? Were you straight out the womb with that too?
Straight out
the womb. Singing from a kid?
Straight out the womb, singing from a kid. Yeah, just coming up and coming up with religious backgrounds from Christianity to Muslim. Yeah, like, you singing in the church, it just just is what it is.
Yeah.
So you learn early just how to just stand, as they would say, stand flat-footed and sing. I was a shy kid, so I would sing in choir. I was in my choir. You know, I would be in the choir or whatever, and in school as well. When it came down to solos, I would do here and there, whatever. But
you didn't like to be in front.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that led me right into the next question that I was going to ask, because you said, I was a very private person. I was going to say privacy. Is that shyness? And you just answered that. You were shy as a kid, right?
Yeah.
So when you put on that mask that doesn't exist, that I don't see, and is it empowering in that sense, where it allows you to get rid of the shyness? Does the shyness go away when the mask is on?
That's the craziest part ever, because it does. The mask frees me up so much. You know what I mean?
Because I wouldn't pick up that you're shy.
Man,
you're talkative.
I am shy. Well, I'm at work.
Yeah, no. That's true. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
No, but I am. I just like having fun with myself. You know, like it's just. That's just how I grew up, you know? Again, I have my friends, I have my core or whatever, but I couldn't always be around those people. So, when you're not always around the people that you know really love you and that will protect you, you got to learn how to make it on your own. And I learned how to make it on my own very early, you know what I mean? Like, I came up on my own, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, just off camera, something that I kind of picked up on, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem like somebody that is can be a fly on the wall and can kind of like sit back, listen.
Yep.
Like I always think of the descriptions of Inspector Deck from Wu-Tang Clan. He'd be like, Rebel INS, that's somebody that'll sit back, watch you play yourself and know that you're playing yourself the whole time, and then just listen. Is that you? Are you someone that listens more than they talk in like regular life?
Yeah, I try to. Yeah, I definitely try to, because I have some really, really good, like the people that are around me, they're not like heavy talkers, if I can be honest with you, but when they are talking, they're saying something.
It's important.
So it's just like, shut up, listen, you know what I mean? But that's just, I like being quiet. Yeah. I often will call my manager and I'm just like, I just want to be quiet right now. And vice versa. Does the same thing. Like we're just some quiet people, we speak when we need to speak. We talk when we need to talk, Right. I don't see the need of putting any unnecessary words in the air. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm here if you want to talk, and I'm here if you have a question and you want it answered or whatever. But I'm definitely that fly on the wall. That's funny that you said that, because that was even our process when, I would write. Again, just being a private person, it affords me to take this off and sit in the studio sometimes and people don't even know I'm there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and when we're writing for other people,
they don't know that's 47. No. It's like, this is somebody that's got bars.
No. Yeah. And then, we have a formula, to how we get the story out of the artist, because it's very important to just know who it is that you're working with, like, because we always want to come honest. We want to come authentic, and we want you to tell your story. So, when we have the great Harold Lilly, he knows how to just pull that story out of you without even saying much. Yeah. And I'll just be over there just observing, getting it in, and then next thing you know, the beat plays and it's like, oh, verse done.
Yeah.
Verse done.
Let me ask you a little bit about process, because you mentioned being in the studio and being able to take the mask off, nobody knows you're there. Do you spend a lot of downtime in the studio? Are you a studio rat? Are you in there all the time writing?
Well, as of lately, I have to be honest, I have not been in as much as I would like to, but yes, studio.
Schedule's too busy right now? Okay.
Yeah, it's been it's gotten a little crazy, but I will say this, being a studio rat afforded me that. So because that's how I started, just constantly studio every day, no matter where we are. We over here, studio. We over there, studio. We flying here, studio. Yeah. And once I came out with my tapes and, just started doing my thing or whatever around 2009, it was just kind of like, okay, well, who's this girl? What's going on? Yeah. And of course, still in the studio, but it's just like the more it just started coming at me and the years is just coming, it's like, road, your studio turns to road, airplane, right. bus, van or whatever. But you have to make time to be in the studio. We have conversations about it every day. And I'm like, Mike, I need to get in. Who's in today? Mike, I need to get in. Who's in today? today.
Yeah.
And then it's, sometimes it could be a little difficult because it's just like, well, who getting in today? But as you can see today, I would love to be there, but we busy.
Right, yeah, it's
we got
time.
work. We got work to do.
Well, being that Wash and Set and Acrylic are, like I said, such expansive records. Like, there's a lot of songs on there, and you never really take your foot off anybody's throat. Like, every song could be a fucking single. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah, they're all bangers, all slaps. And so, are you somebody that just has a stockpile of songs that you collect first, and then you're just picking all the bangers and putting them on there?
Oh, nah. Yeah, the story is already told.
Yeah.
The story is already told as you're recording.
Yeah.
And we definitely, as far as the trilogy, the trilogy is done now if I want it to be.
Right.
Like, I don't have to, but that's just how much we work.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't want to go into the studio to record a new song for my next album, I don't have to.
Right.
Because that's how much work we have.
You already did it, yeah.
It's already done or whatever, so.
Yeah. So, being that the trilogy has taken up the last couple years of the life as far as, the marketing, promotion, et cetera, and for my money, I think it's really put you on the map as somebody who's like, yo, this is Leikeli, you got to know who this is.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Do you already have something as epic and big planned for the future? Are you somebody who is always thinking of these big ideas,
Yeah. I don't know how to stop thinking.
Yeah.
But, and it's not a curse. I was about to say that's a gift, but no, it's nothing cursed about it, because it keeps you sharp.
Yeah.
It keeps you ahead. It keeps you forward. And then that's just pretty much me. There's a lot that I want to do. I will say that it all surrounds entertainment, though, because I've never wanted to do anything else. So it's just like, God forbid, I never get to create create sound. I will have a chair like Barry Gordy. I'll be Al Bell. I'll be Sylvia Rome. I'll be one of those guys. You know what I mean? Because this is what I want to do. I love and I respect every part of entertainment, every part of the business. People have no clue that behind the scenes, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? What happens to make this happen?
Right.
But this is the cool stuff. This is the dope stuff. You know what I mean? I want in on all parts. You know what I'm saying? So even if there's a time that comes where there's a halt on, again, me musically, it's not gonna stop.
Right.
47 to have a chair. She'll be a president. She'll have her own label, or she'll be working with a label. She'll be working with artists. She'll be consulting. I'll be directing.
Yeah.
I'm doing it all.
Yeah, I love that. and I mean, one thing that you 3 times in this interview, you have thanked people behind the scenes, and that is one thing that you rarely hear artists say, and I think that's so important. You have to be grateful for the people who aren't in front of the camera. Those are the important people that make things happen.
They are, without them, what we got?
That's it. This would be dark. We'd be in a dark room sitting here. Yeah, exactly.
What we talking about?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna start to bring it home now. So I have 2 questions that I really want to ask you. For one, when Girl Blunt shows up on Insecure, is that kind of a game changing moment? Because I feel like that was so that was just an unforgettable moment in the show. That song just sticks out. It's in everybody's ear the next day.
Honestly, when anything hops up on Insecure, it's just a crazy moment. But no, Girl Blunt definitely was a crazy defining moment, because at the time when it came out, I've already been on I've been on all of their soundtracks. Since season 1.
Yeah. Was Money on there?
Money, yes. Money, Melita.
There you go.
Attitude.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
Right.
So just being able to be a part of something from the very beginning, and then here we are, season 3. It was season 3, and we put out a song like Girl Blunt at the when things are really bubbling and people are taking note, and then now it's just out of here.
Kaboom, yeah.
Anytime I perform Girl Blunt, it's pandemonium.
Goes crazy.
Yeah, it's really fun, though. It's fun.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to be performing for us today, correct?
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. Okay, and this is how I'm going to end the interview. Right? Okay. Is there ever going to be since the face got reveal, game got real moment?
I don't know what you're talking about, bruh. I'm committed, bruh.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm committed, bruh. I can't, like, for me, this is just what it is. It's something that, for a very long time, a lot of people tried to project their fears onto me when it came down to, again, me expressing myself on how I wanted to create, how I really wanted to, be an artist, how I wanted to do it. And that, again, that's why I say, protect your energy, keep a lot of things from,
That's it.
you gotta hang with the like-minded folks, you know what I'm saying? But
that's the force field.
yeah, exactly. So to finally be at a place where it's just like, nah, you know what I mean? It's going and it's working. It's just like, if that's the case, I would have been taking it off.
Yeah.
Do you know how, I'm not gonna claim hard, but do you know how, I'm trying to find a different word because I just don't want to speak to it being hard or difficult for me, but there are challenges that I've faced.
Of course.
Just being different today. Sometimes people get it, or then sometimes people get it so much that they steal from you. They don't know it's you know, or whatever. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get discouraged. Sometimes you feel like, oh, is it happening? Should I do this? Like, there were there were so many moments that if I was going to take this off, I would have been done it. You know what I mean? Because again, it's not always easy, walking your own way, blazing your own trail. This does not come easy, but then you think about, what is it? Is it Frederick Douglass? Nothing worth anything comes without a cost.
There
is
you
that
go.
Frederick? I hope it is. Please, on internet, don't shoot
give
me
out.
up.
Yeah.
But I know it's somebody, you know what I mean? But but that right there, that quote right there is just like, it sticks with me and it just keeps me focused and it just keeps me, aligned with my purpose. And again, what I do is not just for me. Like, we're at a point in life and just in entertainment where I feel like we just owe people that much more. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, because we have some fun people out there, but they keep it so closed off that it's only a few fun people playing. And it's just like, well, where are the other... where the other people, like, so it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm fighting for that, and I'm going to keep it on for that. Like,
that's great.
I wear it so, you don't have to.
There you go.
There it is.
I love that. And I mean, the long and short of that is no. And you know what? Knowing when to say no is one of the most empowered things you can hold on to.
I tell people that every show. Yeah.
Hey, Leikeli, I want to thank you for your time. I
Thank
appreciate it. This was amazing. I was very
well.
excited to talk to you. I love the records.
Thank you.
I'm excited to see you perform Girl Blunt. And I want to know, I want you to tell the people where they can find you online.
Okay, yes, you can find me on my website, Leikeli47, Leikeli47.com. Socials, I'm so not so, but whatever.
You can Google you, really. You can Google you.
Yeah, you can. But it's my name, and that's it.
That's it.
Nothing crazy.
You can find her on all streaming platforms. You will have hours of entertainment, lots of tapes, lots of albums to listen to, all fantastic.
Press play.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. My name is Lee. Some of you guys might know me as Intuition. You can find me online at It's Intuition across all platforms. And this was Skullcandy's podcast called You Feel Me, where we talk to artists and athletes about life and culture. And I think we did it. I think we did what we came to do.
No, we didn't. No, ain't no thinking. We did it.
We did it. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Ain't no thinking.